Hello everyone, I'm Karina, author of Broken Chains. Broken Chains is my dark romance mafia thriller. It's my work in progress that I'm sharing with the public on Wattpad. Each time I write a chapter, it goes straight on Wattpad so you can read it before it's even published. This is the narrations of Broken Chains, and we are now on part 3. I hope you enjoy. Liz bolted up in the bed. A noise woke her. A dark figure stood at the end of the bed, and she knew it wasn't Alex. Before the assailant had time to raise his gun, she rolled to the left of the bed and threw herself to the floor. The bullet shattered the lamp on the bedside table. A large piece of the ceramic hit her left arm. She knew the wise things to do would be to leap over the bed to the door and try to escape with only a bleeding arm. But instead, she leapt onto the bed and launched herself at the gunman. Ramming her right elbow into the guy's jaw, she grabbed for the gun and struggled with him, but he was too strong. He threw her to the floor and pushed the gun that they were both wrestling with down into her waist. The cold tip of the silencer brushed her naked skin. She struggled with him as he started to squeeze the trigger, pushing against the strength to get the gun away from her body. As the gun went off, Alex came crashing through the door. Liz watched the gunman jump to his feet and rush at Alex, and then her vision blurred, and she saw darkness. Liz woke to find Alex sitting beside her hospital bed, holding a hand. "How you doing?" he asked. A day's growth of stubble couldn't cover the sadness etched on his face, she thought. Her tongue stuck to the roof of her mouth and she was parched. And as she tried to reach for a glass of water, Alex pushed her gently back down on the bed. She winced from the pain, the shot through her body. Alex reached over for the glass and, noticing her shaking hands, held the glass to her lips while she drank. The water tasted wonderful, cold and wet, just what she needed. Alex moved the glass away and then smiled. "Did you get him?" Liz asked. Alex shook his head. "Did you recognise who it was?" he asked. "No, it was too dark." "Look, Liz, you can't go home. You're going to have to stay in a hotel after you're released from here. I've got guards stationed outside the door." "Why? What's going on?" "Well, after the hit on you..." "What makes you think it was a hit?" she interrupted. Alex stood and leaned in closer. "There's a contract out on you," he whispered, "and we don't know why." She gasped. He continued, "While you were unconscious, I had you transported back to the UK. You're in the Royal Infirmary. Only our team know which hotel you were in." "Maybe I was followed." Alex raised his eyebrows. "Were you?" "No," she answered. He nodded his head. "Exactly. So there had to be a leak coming from the inside. Only those in the office knew about the tracking device. Only a few knew which hotel you were in." "I guess that doesn't leave many suspects," she said. "After you were settled and out of danger, I went back to your apartment and swept it for bugs. Liz, you were riddled. Someone's been keeping surveillance on you, and I'm guessing ever since you moved into the place." She shook her head. "Well, that's impossible. The place gets swept regularly, you know that." "Yes, but by whom?" "Shit. What kind of surveillance?" She stared into his face. "What did you find, Alex?" Alex sat on the edge of a bed before answering. 13 bugs and 3 cameras. "Oh my God," she cried as she covered her face with her hands. Alex put his arm around her. "We can't use the safe houses as they've been compromised. We think it's best if you hold up in a hotel for a while." "Who's we? Who have you told?" "Just Hart." "And you trust him?" Alex nodded his head. "Your location has to stay between the 3 of us. As far as anyone in the office knows, you're still in critical condition. No one's allowed to see you except me." Alex started pacing the room. "Hell, Liz, I don't know who to trust anymore." I hope we've done the right thing, trusting heart, she said. You'll be in here for a few more days, so take this time to rest. You look as though you need it. He smiled, then stood up. You're leaving? I have to. A lot needs arranging. Don't worry, it's unlikely I'd ever forget you. Bending over, he kissed her cheek, even though her lips were puckered. So it's back to business then, is it? She moaned, folding her arms across her chest. She glared hard. I think it's for the best, don't you? Liz shrugged. Yeah, I suppose so. At least for now, he smiled, and then turned and left the room. So that was part 15 of Broken Chains. You can pop over to Wattpad and read up to 34 chapters of the book Broken Chains, my dark mafia thriller. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, click that follow button, and leave a comment. And until next time, bye-bye.